Okay, so I'm back again and gotten a little more meat, so that would be 1 kilo in a day, and I'm pretty full now. I'm actually pretty feeling very full, which is pretty good. It's nice to be feeling full. And I've taken I think the 8 pill of nystatin, so that would be the last dose for the second day. So at sunset will be the first. So I'm going from the sunset to sunset. So, trying to get more used to the Jewish ways and all that. Yeah, I'm a Judaizer. Get that away, So not a Romanizer, but a Judaizer. Amen. Jesus was a Jew. It's not anything bad with being a Judaizer. But apparently the Romanizers think that, And that's one of the tricks they use to destroy the law of God. Destroy his festivals and put in their own wicked festivals, pagan stupidity. And anyway, thinking to change times and laws. Appointed times and the law of God. Anyway, and of course persecuting the saints who keep God and protect the commandments of Jehovah and the testimony of Yeshua the Anointed. Anyway, precautions when taking garlic. According to the U.S. National Library of Medicine, some birth control pills contain the hormone estrogen, which the body naturally breaks down. Taking garlic may increase the rate which estrogen breaks down. Consequently, using garlic while taking birth control pills may lower the effectiveness of the contraceptive. And again, a contraceptive, as I remember, that was something in regards of promoting fungal infection. So why would you ever take such a thing? Of course, if you want to play the whore and the harlot, well, but whoring is considered a sin, a transgression of God's law. In addition to stopping some contraceptives, garlic may cause some other interactions with the medication you may be taking, producing unwanted physiological side effects. As a result, consulting a licensed physician before taking garlic may be a prudent course of action. Yeah, go to your doctor who doesn't know anything in regards to diet and ask him. Yeah. Anyway, garlic and botulism. It is not recommended that you use garlic stored in oil. And again, there's different opinions on this, as that some say there's no problem at all in regards of it, and some say there is, and I don't know. But it is not recommended that you use garlic stored in oil as a result of the possible danger of the garlic having the dangerous Clostridium botulinum bacterium in it. Clostridium botulinum can produce botulinum toxin under anaerobic conditions, which are present when it is in oil, which causes botulinous intoxication. I don't know if you could just put some colloidal silver maybe in the oil. I don't know. Of course, oil and water, doesn't seem to go along. I don't know. Haven't tried. The spores, but they suggest not to do it. They apparently think there's a danger. But I think there was a naturopath from New Zealand that talked about it, and he didn't seem to have a problem with it, as I remember. But, I might be remembering wrong. But anyway, the spores are responsible, and you would think that a naturopath, and he's an older guy. So older guys usually do have some experience behind them, in regards to all the bullshit that is out there in the world being promoted. The spores responsible for the production of botulinum toxin are not killed by the temperatures reached by normal sea level pressure boiling. Consequently, the spores will remain alive even after boiling. Well, that's the problem also with a lot of other spores. And spores are the babies of the bacteria or fungi. Apparently, this bacteria can also make spores. That was in regards to there's these there's this other kind of spore-like thing where it seems like another bacteria indwells one bacteria and it becomes, what was it called? I can't remember, but that was also one of these weird spores. So again, the microscopic level of world, or in the microscopic world of living things are, there's a lot of things going on, yeah, what shall we say? Weird things, The spores will remain alive even after boiling, and that's the problems also with in regards to when they're nuking and doing a Hitler treatment to the milk, that they destroy the good bacteria and the bad bacteria, and the bad bacteria spores will still be in the milk. Anyway, when the conditions are right, the spores can once again produce toxin in the right condition. Additional refrigeration will not guarantee that garlic kept in oil is safe. So, anyway, so here we have the table. Growth of, there we go with the short forms, give me a break because I can't remember what it's called. Where did we see it? Saw some up here. Let's see, no. 2 seconds, I'll figure it out. One way or another. Let's see here. Lactobacillus, I think it was. Yep, let's go back. I think it was Lactobacillus. So, Lactobacillus acidophilus and Candida albicans in mixed cultures in the absence and presence of aqueous extract of garlic, noting pH changes over a 24-hour period. Oh, they also check the pH. So, as I understand it, Candida apparently, as I understand it, can make a more alkaline environment, and that's where it begins to go, into its, fungal form. Let's see what the data says here. Time, hours, growth of, I forgot it again already. Lactobacillus acidophilus and Candida albicans in a mixed culture, noting pH change with time. And growth of Lactobacillus, acidophilus and Candida albicans. Oh my, I'm really stuffed. Anyway, growth of I forgot it again. My brain is not with me. Lactobacillus. Growth of Lactobacillus acidophilus and Candida albicans in a mixed culture and in the presence of an aqueous extract of garlic, noting pH change with time. So let's see what they have. Viable cell amount of, and I forgot it again. Lactobacillus or something like that. Yeah, okay, Lactobacillus. So Lactobacillus acidophilus and Candida albicans in, wait. Yeah, viable cell count of Lactoacidophilus, CFU. What is CFU? In regards to milliliter. And viable cells count of Candida albicans, CFU milliliter. Is that like a count? Come on. You got to be kidding me. CFU. Would it really use so much more space to just use the standard, CFU? I guess it must be a viable count. There was something in regards of cell. I don't know. What could it stand for? CFU. Let's see. Must be in regards of something in regards of the count. CFU. Oh, CFU. Medical. Oh, the itch is under my legs at the moment. CFU by Medical Dictionary, let's see here. Colony forming units. Oh, I wouldn't have guessed that, that's for sure. Colony forming units. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Oops. Come on here. No, that's not it. One here. There we go. Colonial forming units. Oh, that's the garlic. Colonial forming units per milliliter. Okay, so 1.51 times 10 in the 7 and 5.83 in the 10th of 5. How was that? That was like you have 5 zeros or something like that, and more or something like that. Or do you take the 0 with it? I can't remember. Let's see. 10 and 1 is just 10, right? Then you have 10 and 2 is 100. So that's 2. Okay. So you have 4 more zeros. You have so you have 5 zeros in total. So okay, I think. Do we have a calculator? So long since it's really, math and me and all that. I do have a fun mathematically book where you learn all these things and all that, but I have a way of forget. When you're not using it, you really, really quickly forget it, and then you use a anyway. Where is it? Calculator. There we go. So 10 maybe we need to change this direction. In 1, let's see, 1 and equal, yeah, that's 10, okay. So 10 in 2 is 100 then, yep. So 10 in 5 is, I guess, 100,000? No, oops. 10 in 5 must be 100,000, yep, there we go. And then we have all the names of kilo, mega, and mega, giga, tera, whatever. For the 10 in 3 and 10 in 6 and 10 in 9 and all that. Yeah, okay. So was count forming units? No. Count forming units. No. That was something. What was it? Count forming units. Colony forming units. My brain is not working so good, So pH of medium 5.8, 5.5, 4.8. No, actually 4.9 if we're going to round it up. 4.4 and 3.7. Just taking the. Okay. Apparently it needs to be a little more because I guess. Let's see if we go down. That's the Candida albicans, I guess. And we have some allicin concentration, and that was like MIC micrograms per milliliter. But anyway, so the real weird symbol here. Let's see here. So what do we have? So here we have viable cell count of but seems it grows a little on growth of Lactobacillus acidophilus and C. Candida albicans in a mixed culture and in the presence of a aqueous extract of garlic, noting pH change with time. So how do you actually so one of them is viable count of one, and then the other, and then the one and the other. Apparently it seems to have killed it off. It seems to have killed the Candida off in pH of medium. It's just pretty low. I guess the lower the worse the Candida has it. So I guess I don't know how to actually read these things. I see growth of Lactobacillus acidophilus and Candida albicans in a mixed culture, noting pH change with time. But is it like, is it changing in the media? Is it the same media, or is it, I'm not sure. That's time. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm getting it. Okay, time. There's time. There's no, they should have made like a line down the, actually a lot of lines, so actually to make it more thing. But anyway, okay. So after after 0 hours, so that's the result, 1.51 times 10 in the 7, and 5.83 times 10 in the 5. And then you have pH of medium. There you can see the pH. So the pH is 5.8 there. And then after 2 hours, with with these two mixed together, the good bacteria, the lactic acidophilus, what is acidophilus, I think. Anyway, the good bacteria, they grow to 9.9 times 10 in the 7. And the Candida now have fallen down and onto, actually it has growth. Oh, sorry, it's growing. It's actually growing to 2.13 times 10 in the 6. But the pH is changing downward because the good bacteria is probably changing the pH down now. And that's what the good bacteria tends to do. And then after 4 hours, now we have 2.33 times 10 in 8 of these colony forming units. And now we have 3.67 in the 10th of the 6. So they are still, the Candida albicans are still growing at that point. But the pH is still changing downwards to 4.89. So the Candida might get into some issues here. But anyway, see here. So we got 3.16 times 10 in the 8. So again, we see growth after 6 hours. And we see the Candida albicans 6.17 times 10 in the 6. And so this is still growing after 6 hours. And we see the pH is changing to 4.43 at this point. So it's still going lower. Now, after 24 hours, we have 2.50 times 10 in the 9th. And so that's a lot now. So we've, growing. And the Candida albicans is now down to 4.99 10 in the 4th. So now it's slower than it was in the beginning. So you see a growth on both, and then the Lactobacillus acidophilus, I guess makes it the pH low, and that might be one of the ways or one of the reasons why the Candida is now being killed. It's a lot lower at least. So, and now the pH is like down on 3.67, and it has lowered the Candida. So let's see, growth of Lactobacillus acidophilus and Candida albicans in a mixed culture and in the presence. So this is the same mixed culture, and in the presence of an aqueous, watery aqueous extract of garlic, noting pH change with time. So present of aqueous extract of garlic, noting pH time with time. So here we have the experiment again, a little different, a little more, they put a little more of Lactobacillus acidophilus in that. Maybe it's a little hard to hit the exact point, and thereby, anyway, I don't know how they actually do how they figure out how much there is. Maybe some computer thing or whatever. But 3.60 times 10 in the 7, so that's more than the other one.
at the beginning, and 6.49 times 10 and 6 is also more than. Actually, that's actually nearly as much as there was after 6 hours. Actually, more than what there was in 6 hours in the other thing. And we start on 5.82 pH. That's a little higher than the other. And after 2 hours, we have 7.5, 10 and 7 of that's actually, weirdly enough, after 2 hours, a little lower than what we see over on the other. Now, of course, we have had more Candida. There might be some variations in regards, I guess, nature and all that. And we have, but already the Candida albicans are lowering. So with the Lactobacillus acidophilus and the garlic, we already have an annihilation of, and the pH is not even that big at this point, or as low, not that low, So we already have a lowering of these Candida albicans, and just after 4 hours, there's no more Candida albicans. It annihilated the fungus. Awesome. So, but as I understand, in regards to biofilms and all that, if you lower the pH of the yogurt as well. So next time when my yogurt is ready, like in 4 or 5 days, I'll fix a lot of garlic in there, and maybe you can juice some garlic. Just juicing this is like Aquarius extract of garlic. Maybe you can just use buy a huge amount of garlic, and just squash it in the juicer. I never tried that, buy a half a kilo of garlic. Oh, maybe that's too much. But buy a good amount of garlic and then just put it through the juicer and put the juice inside the. Let it stand for 2 or 10 minutes again. But of course, if I'm juicing, there will be some time in any case. And then just put it in the yogurt afterwards. Yeah. And I guess if you drink that over 4 hours or something like that, it will go into your gut, and that'll be interesting. I think I'll try that. But of course, I'm not sure if it's the lactoacidophilus, and I'm pretty much thrown out the things that I had. The lactobacillus. That was one of the yogurts that had this lactobacillus. But again, I don't know what is in those yogurts and all that. Of course, I could take one of the yogurts which only has lactoacid, or promote are saying that there is lactobacillus in it, and I could take that and sour it, let it stand and sour even more, and then use it to inoculate. I think it's called inoculate the milk, and see how that, and then put garlic in it. That would be interesting, yeah. Because at least according to these results, it seems like that actually wipes out Candida albicans in the gut. So that would be pretty good. Here we have a picture of what looks like Candida albicans. There's not that many, what do you call it, spores, it seems like. There's more like of the hyphas, not many spores. But anyway, so effect of Albicans on various fungal pathogens. So fungal strain, Albicans concentration, and that's MIC again. That meant something again, which you can't remember. It's incredible, these things. So something in regards of the lowest dose, microgram, the lowest dose for killing them off or something like that. Where did we have it? The MIC. There we go. The minimum inhibitory concentration. There we go. The minimum inhibitory. Okay, that's. I guess that's the minimum concentration that will kill them. As I understand it. I have to ask some of those. See here. Paste and go. Learning as we go. Minimum In microbiology, the minimum inhibitory concentration is the lowest concentration of a chemical which prevents visible growth of a bacteria. But it does, the question is that just the minimum thing in regards of not letting it grow anymore? That doesn't mean it actually kills it. It just means that, it's the lowest concentration of a chemical. Oh yeah, chemical, kemisk. Let's see here. Kemisk. Yep, there we go. Just wanted to have that down while remembering it. Of a bacterium, MIC depends on the. You see, a lot of the information and all that you research. A lot of the things, it fills more up in your brain because there's so many, there's truth and untruth and all that. If you just knew the truth, it would be much easier to hold on to it. It's like researching in regards to who the Antichrist is. Well, every single Protestant knew who the Antichrist was. And yet we forgot, and thereby I needed to use, pretty much years and years to research and figure out who the Antichrist was. And, if I had grown up with that knowledge already and been instructed in that knowledge, I wouldn't have been able, I wouldn't need to use years and years of study on figuring, and being deflected in wrong directions and false directions and all that, because Satan is using a huge amount of energy on, getting people away from actually that the Pope is the Antichrist, or the so-called Pope is the Antichrist. It's the papacy that fulfills the roles of the man of the number 666. But anyway, it's the lowest concentration of a chemical, usually a drug, which prevents visible growth of a bacterium or bacteria. Or apparently in this case, we use it against fungus, right? But again, they are really, so much focused on bacterium. And I do wonder if the reaction, when you actually have pain in your throat or whatever, I wonder if that might actually be a reaction that the bacteria is actually trying to restore something. And what do? We give it an antibiotic. And then we ruin the bacteria, and then the symptom stops. Yet, why was the symptom there in the first place? Was the bacteria actually just trying to do their job to restore the problems that there was? And then we are just destroying the bacteria that might actually try to do its job. I don't know, but it wouldn't be a surprise that we are so stupid to do these things. MIC depends on the micro. I might be wrong, but just thinking outside the box here. MIC depends on microorganisms that affected human being in vivo only. Again, that's the Latin bullshit that they, because I can't remember. That's in vivo and in vitro, and both of it is Latin bullshit. Why not just write it in English? But anyway, no, because that's too difficult, apparently. We are too brain dead to do that, apparently. So in vivo, in the living organism. Okay, in vivo. So within a living organ. So in vitro is then outside, I guess. In vitro. So in vitro. So just because these people can do these clever words doesn't mean that they are smart people, It just mean they know another language, and actually makes them a lot more stupid because they can't speak to people because they're using all these stupidity of words. In vitro, in an artificial environment outside the living organism. Oh, we also had some ex vitro, whatever. Ex vitro, in an artificial environment outside the living organism. In vitro, ex vitro. I guess when these doctors are talking to each other, like over nations and all that, that's nice to have a common language on those things. I guess that's. But when you're talking to patients, when you're talking to customers, you don't use these stupidities of words. You speak Danish or English, If you're so clever, you can do that, right? So, anyway. So, let's see here. MICs depends on, the minimum inhibitory concentration depends on the microorganism, the affected human being, in vivo only. So in the human and the antibiotic itself. The minimum inhibitory concentration is determined by preparing solutions of a chemical in vitro at increasing concentrations, incubating the solution with separate batches of cultures bacteria, and measuring the result using agar dilution or broth microdilution. Results have been graded into susceptible, often called sensitive, intermediate, or resistance to a particular antimicrobial by using a breakpoint. Breakpoints are agreed upon values published in guidelines of a reference body, such as in the US Clinical Laboratory Standard Institute. Oh, there we go, the CLSI. I've heard about that before. Yeah, I think actually the woman scientist in Denmark, or mycologist, that knows about fungus, the expert in Denmark, I guess, or at least one of them. Clinical and Laboratory Standards Institute, CLSI. She uses the CLSI, and I actually didn't really know what. And also the Outcast, I think she's actually part of that group. There was a Nordic group as well that she, I think, established. So she must really be into, fungus and all that. I don't know. Of course, we have some fungus teachers in the university as well. And again, that's where we have this. We have fungal biology on the University of Copenhagen courses. The NBIK 18000U fungal biology. Fungal, they have different things in regards of fungal diversity, fungal populations, ecosystem, and mycology. You're learning different things. You have 206 classes to learn about mycology and testing and all that, and that could be pretty interesting. That's like categories, hours, exam 37 hours, preparation 78 hours, lectures 21 hours, colloquia, I'm not sure what that is, 14 hours, laboratory 21 hours, practical exercises 21 hours, guidance 14 hours, and all that. And then it doesn't really sound like it's that hard actually. I could of course be wrong, but it doesn't really sound like it should be a big problem. There's an oral examination, 20 minutes, no preparation time, and oral examination is based on an original scientific paper handed out at the last teaching day, accompanied with specific questions relating to the paper. It doesn't really, so you need to read a little and and answer some questions in 20 minutes and all that. And of course, if you're interested in the subject, it just becomes so much more easier, right, to learn. So if you want to learn about fungus because you have an issue with fungus in your body, or have an idea that that's what the problem is. I don't see what else could be the problem. And thinking about Candida albicans, all the symptoms just points to it being this wicked beast, that has so many ways of it's incredible to see how it can out the sea. And even Doug Kaufman even talked about that the good guys might actually end up, working for the bad guys as well. That they apparently tend to make a deal. I'm not sure what that's about. If that's true, that's just incredible sad. But maybe the fungus can actually, because they have a lot of poisons and all that. They are, I guess, they seems to be masters in regards of of deception and the art of controlling people, but they can control. It seems diabolical. It really seems diabolical how they can control factors with
Yeah, anyway. So where did we go? Precautions when taking garlic and all that. Yeah, blah 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 blah. Oh, and we have a beautiful picture of garlic here, but apparently because of the menu and all that, we cannot see it all. But yeah, maybe I should try to, to put some garlic, extract. I'm not sure what they mean by extract. Water extract of garlic. Do they mean they put garlic in a water and then let it sit there? Or what is a garlic? What is it? Extract of, I don't know. Extract of garlic. Let's see. Extract of garlic. Yeah, I guess juicing might be might be pretty good as well. So just putting in the juice. Oh, it will smell of garlic in my hold up. Of course, you don't realize. How to make your own garlic extract? Oh yeah, okay. So garlic extract. Here we go. Let's see. You can eat raw garlic extract. Yeah. So what is garlic extract? Yeah. So let's see. Press each clove of peeled garlic through a garlic presser. Dump the pressed garlic into a food processor. So dump the press. Okay. Repeat this until you have used as many cloves as garlic as you wish. Each 1 lb of garlic cloves with roughly 1 gram of highly concentrated garlic extract. Each 1 lb of garlic, I'm not sure what that, but garlic clove will give roughly 1 gram of highly concentrated garlic extract. So pulse the pressed garlic until you see some of the oil separated from the garlic pieces. Strain the garlic pieces from the oil using a fine mesh strainer. The liquid left over is garlic extract. So strain the garlic pieces from the oil using a fine mesh strainer. I didn't know that was actually, but I guess oil. Yeah, oil in the. Okay, the liquid left over is garlic extract. Discard the garlic pieces or use to cook. So strain the garlic pieces from the oil. Strain the garlic pieces from the oil using a fine mesh strainer. Store the garlic extract in an airtight container in the refrigerator up to a week. So it seems like it's, wouldn't be a problem just putting it through the juicer. And, it doesn't matter if there's some oils that wouldn't be a problem at all, It's for stronger cardio, health, and immunity strength. And yeah. Anyway, great. But there's a lot of people that don't like garlic. And again, I wonder if it's actually because of if they have fungi, could the fungi actually respond to, this is bad. If women, it seems like women are more in that sense, when they, looking at some of these women, one of them was talking about when she went to the shop and there's the bakery and the smells, and she said that it just drove her body totally insane, when she smelled the bread. And, women are probably more susceptible to that. But I do wonder if the other thing, the negative thing could, if you have fungi and the fungi smells garlic, and it tells, don't touch that. Don't touch, we don't want that in the body, I don't know. I'm just thinking, outside the box. We don't want that thing, and it smells terrible. It smells terrible. Tell him it smells terrible. He shouldn't eat that. I don't know. We don't want that in the body. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, so where did we go? Okay, didn't we have more reading here? So viable cell count, and we have the garlic up here. Garlic and botulism. Are we actually pretty much done in regards to this? Apparently, it seems like we are on the end. So we have effect of lesion on various fungal pathogens, and that's harmful organisms. So we have fungal strain and a lesion. Oh yeah, we looked into the concentration of the MIC, you know, the minimum something. Micrograms per milliliter common. So this is the minimum that you need, micrograms of this lesion. I do wonder if is that another thing, or is it the extract, or no? Anyway, so commons. Candida albicans, you need 0.3. Candida albicans again, 0.8. Clinical isolates. Candida neoformans, 0.3. Candida parapsilosis or something like that, 0.15. Candida tropicalis, 0.3. And Candida creusia, 0.3. Tauroplopsis glabrata, which is pretty much apparently nowadays Candida glabrata, 0.3 and 1.9, and clinical isolates. So according to this, garlic is pretty effective against Candida, it seems. So again, yogurt and garlic seems to be very, very effective against Candida. But the problem I have here with this is that wouldn't it only work in the gut? If you have systemic problems of Candida, or systemic Candida, an overgrowth of fungus roaming around in your body, what would you then need to use? Would you then need to use oregano oil, putting a little oregano oil in the I need to get some raw milk, and use that raw milk and, fix it to, and then, get some of the other things, yeah. Lots of ideas to try out. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, so would you then need some cinnamon? You could put some cinnamon in it, and some marigold and some thyme. And you could still, usually when it's really low pH, I usually use a straw as well, just to try to save the teeth a little. The teeth shouldn't really be hurt by yogurt if you get the right things for the teeth. They should be able to restore themselves and keep, healthy. But again, so many issues here on my case. So it seems like it seems to have a negative impact at the moment in regards to my teeth. So I need to get some hen feed. That would be one thing to incorporate into my diet, and some kind of meats that also have a lot of those goodies for the joints as well. Like oxtail, for example, have these things in them. So, have a lot of things going on for sure, But you can get cinnamon in the right version, and you can get it in powder, and you would still be able to suck that up by using a straw, and that would also get a pretty good taste, because cinnamon is actually pretty tasty. It's a little sugary, so it gives a little sugary taste. And if you then had garlic as well, juice garlic in it, that's I don't know, how that it's probably not the probably not the best taste, but you could try different doses, right? When you get to the point of marigold and thyme, I'm not sure. Maybe you can get it in an oil form, and I guess cinnamon, you could probably also get that in an oil form. And you could actually just drip some drops in the yogurt, and just take the straw and flip it around, and have a go. Well, I think I have some good information besides that on this page, and linking to other things like the article of where was it? Biofilm. I think that's in regards of the biofilm with invasive candidiasis can be as high as 40%. Candidiasis is usually associated with indwelling medical devices, as to say dental implants, catheters, heart valves, vascular bypass graft, ocular lenses, artificial joints, and central nervous system shunts, which can act as substrates for biofilm growth. In a multi-center study of 429 consecutive patients with candidemia, the mortality rate for patients with catheter-related candidemia was found to be 41%. 40% of patients with microbial colonization of intravenous catheters developed occult fungemia. That was an interesting word to use, occult. Occult is, hidden fungemia. I guess they might use it for hidden, the name occult. Let's see. Hidden and difficult to see. Having an import not apparent to the senses, not obvious to the intelligent beyond ordinary understanding, and so forward. There's a lot of people going into the occult in our days. Here we have another one in regards of supernatural forces and events and being collectively and so forward. Again, when you go into the occult, it's stupid, but anyway, it's real. It's for real. But I wouldn't advise anyone to go into it. It's very stupid. That it's the broad way that leads to destruction, and if you get in contact with a familiar spirit or pretty much just a demon, they seem to be very clever as far as I experienced and researched and so forward in the past many years and all that. And when I was in the occult, when I was a Satanist, that I didn't realize I was a Satanist, but I was. In any case, So when people are saying, that they're, you can find a lot of people that is, it shouldn't, if you know what to search, it shouldn't take more than 2 minutes. Then you have found a person that is getting deceived or, having contact with demons and all that. And of course, even if people could find it, most people would, shove it off or something like that. They wouldn't believe it anyway. But when you have experienced some of the things yourself, you take these stories more serious for sure. So anyway, the tenacity with which Candida infects indwelling biomedical devices necessitates their removal to effect a cure. Biofilm formation is also critical in the development of dentures stomatis, a superficial form of candidiasis that affects 65% of edentulous individuals. Despite the use of antifungal drugs to treat denture stomatitis, infection is often re-established soon after treatment. These clinical observations emphasize the importance of biofilm formation to both superficial and systemic candidiasis and the ability of current antifungal therapy to cure such diseases. I guess my stomach is just full. It's really, I'm really having some trouble in regards of of my stomach at the moment. So our initial work on fungal biofilms involved development of characterization of Candida albicans. Biofilms formed on two common bioprosthetic materials, polymethyl methacrylate, which is used in construction of dentures, and silicon elastomer, a model material used for indwelling devices including catheters, something like that. The availability of well-characterized, reproducible biofilm models is essential to understanding the nature of Candida biofilms. And performing studies of biofilm formation and antifungal drug resistance, recently using the polymethylmetacrillate biofilm model. We showed that biofilm grown Candida albicans cells are highly resistant to antifungal agents such as fluconazole. Okay, let's see. Candida albicans cells are highly resistant. We showed that biofilm grown Candida albicans cells are highly resistant to antifungal agents such as fluconazole, nystatin, amphotericin B, and chlorhexidine. Similar to previous observations reported for catheter-associated Candida albicans biofilms, here we extend our studies of the model biofilms with emphasis on identifying biofilm growth phases, and so forward and so forward. But apparently, yeah, it's seems like these biofilms, whatever they are, again, I'm not entirely sure how it works out. Because again, you still have the what was it, chitin. I think it was chitin that was, you know, the structure, right, of the fungi, right? And then you have a biofilm, but is the biofilm outside the chitin? I have a lot of questions, that for sure. It's like, yeah, the more you research, again, the more questions pops up here and there as well. It's very complex, you know, this. But where is it in regards of these oils? I think there was like this article that has these oils, right? It's very nice that these articles are freely available to people. I just wish I would have known about it before, because the Danish sources in regards of the doctors and all that are closed. So at least the people have a chance of... Apparently I can't see anything in regards... Maybe it's another article that... Maybe it's not the article that I would have... A lemon... Was it lemongrass? Lemongrass? Let's see. No. Lemon? No. Well... I don't know. Maybe it's another article. But you know, if you're not going to, you know, if you're not helping on, you know, the more front that you can help this condition, the better, you know. And I'm sure it can be, you know, I'm thinking it must be, there must be things to cure it, you know. We'll just have to, you know, where you can make a remedy that both works in the gut and systemic at the same time, you know, being a natural product that you can take a, you know, good amount of to kill it off. So anyway, we got that read, and again, I have it printed out, and I should probably at some point read it through and just, you know, fix the places where there are some interesting things with the marker pen, because again, in regards of these different things to try out, where did I put it? That's a good question. I'm feeling very stuffed, and that tasted like garlic, you know. Oh yeah, I ate some garlic as well, that's true. Oh yeah, some raw garlic. And coconut oil, they talk about coconut oil as well. So again, the more things you can get against this fungus, the better, I guess. So, yep. Anyway, I don't think I have more to say about that. I should actually get going and get out the door and take a swim, and that would be pretty good for me. What do we have here? That's in regards of the Kaufman diet. By the way, that's a community page. That's a wonderful page if you have fungus problems and 4,000 years later, and we're back to the same language. In regards, okay, yeah, well, I don't really like these people use, you get tired of no, but anyway, I got to fluoride, Amish traveler. Now for part 3, yeah, whatever. But the Kaufman Diet community page is pretty nice, and yeah, it's sad that the gut guy doesn't have a free page, as I understand it. He has a Facebook page where you need to pay money to get in there to. But he has free information on the YouTube, and again, it's just sad, selling information. I do understand that people want to, be able to, but to get things around, but it would be nice if people would just get the information out there for free, because many of the people that is under attack by this fungus have already used a huge amount of resources on trying to get healthy. So yeah, it's just, there's a lot of blood suckers out there, or money suckers out there. So it's well, it would be nice. It would have been really nice if people would just, help people for, put the information. But there are a lot of information, of course, and it seems to be getting more and more good information. You have naturopath doctors out there speaking on the subject, and you have people that have had their own issues and studied things, and so you have people, you have Dr. Kaufman that has 50 years of experience in regards of fungus and all that. So you have a huge amount. You're getting more and more people that actually is beginning to that gets information out there, so people can be helped at least. So yeah, I just wish it's just so sad, because the people put their trust into this medical mafia system, and it's pretty much just, in lack of better word, it screws them. It pretty much screws them and leads them to the grave. It's just so sad. You get into this wicked system that just doesn't want to work with you, or want to misdiagnose you, and it's just so sad. I read from a woman on the Kaufman community page, a woman that responded to one of the things that I wrote, and she had been to her doctor, and the doctor didn't know what nystatin was. That's how incompetent some of the Dr. Kaufman is saying, well, they are not taught these things and all that, so it's not. But I'm like, it's like there's not that many antifungal things, and I don't think that's an excuse. Oh, we don't know in regards of this and all that. They're part of a wicked system. And here we go with the lactobacillus levels are disrupted in some way. Candida can overgrow and we have the lactobacillus again. Wasn't it the lactobacillus that actually inhibited Candida albicans? I do wonder, do we actually kill that when we... Genital yeast infection. Candida albicans is the most common cause of genital yeast infections. Is that also in regards to men? Normally, a type of bacteria called lactobacillus keeps the amount of Candida in the genital area under control. I do wonder, by the way, I've in the past I've used yogurt down there, and you might when it's really, really itchy down there, you might be getting a little release, actually a pretty good release of the yogurt, but it doesn't really seem to it seems to be just be a temporary solution, but I do wonder if I could actually take and sour the things even more. I'm not sure if I actually tried kefir down there, because sometimes the kefir really made it, really made it finish, in regards of us, and I guess it must have been very sour at that point. I don't know if I tried that down there. I think I tried Greek yogurt or something like that. I don't know, but of course the cooling effect also of the yogurt also seemed to help. But then of course the bacteria wouldn't be so effective. But the problem is a lot of the yogurt you can buy, there's still, a good amount of sugar in it, and that might actually also be feeding, the fungi, to, whatever. It's just, I don't know. I guess you could put some garlic in it, maybe juice some garlic again. I'll have to try to juice some garlic and see, But the problem is you have to be careful of garlic in regards of when you're putting it on things, and so normally a type of bacteria called lactobacillus keeps the amount of Candida in the genital area under control. However, when lactobacillus levels are disrupted in some way, Candida can overgrow and cause an infection. I do wonder if this is talking about women in regards of having lactobacillus, in the, genital parts. Of course, the man would then get lactobacillus when he's together with his wife. You can also develop a Candida genital infection after participating in certain sexual activities, particularly those that involve oral genital contact. But you could, you would also be able to actually get a positive thing, I would guess, again. And as I understand it, women have their own, production factory of, good bacteria pretty much, if they keep it, if it's in good health, right? And that could actually be positive for the man. Although otherwise healthy individuals can get genital Candida infections, the following groups are at an increased risk. Although otherwise healthy individuals can get genital Candida infections, the following groups are at an increased risk. People that have taken antibiotics recently, people with uncontrolled diabetes, immunosuppressed individuals, pregnant women, people that are taking oral contraceptives, there we go, or who are on hormone therapy. And why would you be on hormone therapy? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know why they're putting all these things in women, I don't know why women would even accept these things. Oh, anyway. Symptoms of genital Candida infections can include a burning feeling while having sex or while... I never really had a burning feeling while I'm urinating, so... But here we go with the vagina and all that. So this is... we have the penis as well. A rash on the penis. Interesting. Like red dots, maybe? But I was told by the doctor that's totally normal, Everybody has that. It's incredible, these doctors, Hey, I have eye floaters in my eyes, dog. Yeah, it's you're born with it. It's so insane. So it's kind of hilarious in some sense, Everybody's born with eye floaters. Well, I didn't have them when I was younger. Incredible. So an itchy or painful feeling in or around the vagina, redness, irritation or swelling around the vagina, abnormal vagina discharge. And actually, women would actually be the first line of defense in regards to this, because women seems to be more where it's more visible. So, and yet we, and of course, we pretty much lost. Candida species can also infect the male genitals. Oh, really? Often if their partner has a vaginal Candida infection. The Candida may be asymptomatic but can cause an itchy or burning rash around the head of the penis. But it causes an itchy or burning rash. So I do wonder if that actually needs to be a rash, because that didn't seem to be. Well, of course, some of the doctors that looked at it actually did realize that it was a fungal infection, but apparently they went away on that, and because it didn't work in regards to the antifungal creams that they gave me, and so apparently they don't have other solution than to put you on psychotropic drugs. What insane system is this? Oh, it didn't work in regards. You didn't. Oh, it's still itching down there in your penis. Oh, well, yeah, have some happy pills, some psychotropic drugs, Don't worry, just take some psychotropic because now we have just diagnosed you as a nutcase, it's just, you're making it up, it's just up in your head. We just cannot do, the cream didn't work. Hey, if the cream didn't work, we don't know what is wrong. Actually, we know you're just a nutcase. You're just making things up. Now you're put in the nutcase box. How incompetent is this system? How incompetent can you be? It's insane. It's utterly. It's a madhouse, an utter madhouse. Hey, doctor, I have the itch down there and all. Oh, yeah, okay, well, it's probably fungus. Yeah, take these fungus, this and that. Yeah, great. Well, it didn't work. Oh, well, let's try this. It didn't work. Oh, well, just get some happy pills, that will solve, apparently. Yeah, it's just incredible. And then being told by one of the other doctors, saying, you should never have used that cream down there. Oh, really? Hey, glad to know. Yeah, it's nice to know that you know what you're doing and all that. And yeah, okay. So, whatever. So, treatment: mild or moderate genital candida infection can be treated with a short course of an over-the-counter or prescription antifungal cream, pill, or that's the thing. When women have the itch down there, what can the doctor do? Give the pill to the woman. Diflucan. And what does Diflucan do? It works systematically. Does not only work in the vagina, it's working all over the body. So, when a man comes in with an itch and the cream doesn't work, what do you give him? Apparently not Diflucan. Oh, really? You don't tell him to change his diet. You just tell him, hey, here you have some, psychotropic drugs, You're making it up all in your head. There's nothing wrong and all that. And what do you? You condemn him to suffering over the years and years, and you condemn him to getting more and more sick because the fungi will grow and grow and grow, and you're just telling him that it's just in his head. Well, now of course it is in my head, but anyway, well, you get the point, I can see it in my eyes, but floaters, everybody has floaters, right? Looking like Candida. Oh yeah, that's such a coincidence that they look like Candida albicans, right? Yeah, I could not be Candida albicans because the things that I'm seeing are looking like Candida albicans and they have all these weird symptoms that, whatever. Anyway, mild or moderate genital candida infection can be treated with a short course of an over-the-counter or prescription antifungal cream, pill, or suppository. You could also be prescribed a single dose of an oral antifungal medication, such as fluconazole. What is fluconazole? Diflucan. So why didn't they ever, all these different doctors that I talked to, how could they be so incompetent to not try Diflucan, How incompetent, maybe they don't learn anything about it, maybe that's I don't know. I would have guessed that they would use it to some women in Denmark as well, Apparently in the US it seems like to be the one cure, pill and all that. I don't know if they don't use it for women in Denmark, I don't know what they then do for the women if they are not giving them Diflucan, if they have the itch down there, if they have the devil. I do wonder, what do doctors actually do when women have the itch down there, when the devil is down there in their private parts, what they do, I do wonder, because the doctors should have known about diflucan. I would have thought that they should have known about diflucan. They can't be so incompetent that so they don't know about diflucan. But of course, if they don't know about nystatin, who knows if they don't know about diflucan? But then how do they fix women problems? I don't know. Because when they give them all these antibiotics, which is fungus poison, and the women gets issues because the risk of getting Candida or fungus issues when you put a fungus poison into a person is greater. And they know that, and you can see that. You can reread that again and again and again. You come over it and all that. Anyway. For more complicated infections, you may be prescribed a longer course of medication, either in form of a cream, a pill, or an ointment. You see, the creams that I used in my private parts 19 years ago, if this was not, what should we say, a localized issue, if this was actually systemic already, if it actually was being infected from another place, like the gut, for example, because maybe the fungi was roaming around because, of bad habits and maybe some, antibiotics from the past and so forward, and all that. What is the cream going to work if it just comes back? Or if it, if the creams doesn't work against this, what could, it's just incredible. This is just 19 years of suffering just because of these incompetent idiots. I shouldn't say that, but anyway, it's just incompetent. It's just this is incredible. Despite being a normal part of the microflora of your mouth, Candida albicans can cause infections if it overgrows. The infection may not be limited to just your mouth. It can spread to your tonsils and the back of your throat as well. Well, it can pretty much spread everywhere in your body. Severe infections may spread to the esophagus. People that are at an increased risk of developing oral thrush includes those taking antibiotics or corticosteroid drugs. So that would just be a symptom. If you're taking antibiotics and you're getting it in the mouth, well, that's just a visible sign that something is wrong. It doesn't mean that it's not roaming around the other places, which it probably is. But anyway, why would it run wild if you take antibiotics? Well, because you're destroying the police. Someone with an undiagnosed or I don't understand it. These doctors are feeding people with fungus poison, and no one seems to, notice. This is fungus poison. This is mold poison that is being fed to people in a white pill. A concentrated form of mold poison. And people eat these things. It's incredible. Someone with undiagnosed or uncontrolled diabetes, well, what might diabetes be linked to? Well, maybe it's linked to fungus. And anyway. Immunosuppressed, at least one of them. Anyway, immunosuppressed individuals. Could you be immunosuppressed if you, are having a bad lifestyle? I would think, drinking a huge amount of alcohol, would that maybe make havoc to your immune system that actually, goes down and all that? Yeah. Those who wear dentures, particular upper dentures, not sure what that, I guess in regards to the mouth or whatever. I'm not sure. Some of the common symptoms of oral thrush include white spots in your mouth that have the appearance of cottage cheese and may bleed when touched, a burning or painful sensation in your mouth, redness inside your mouth or at the corners of your mouth, difficult with eating or swallowing, loss of taste, a cotton-like feeling inside your mouth. If an oral thrush infection is left untreated, it can lead to a systemic Candida infection. So what did you say? If an oral thrush infection is left untreated, it can lead to a systemic Candida infection, particularly in people with a weakened immune system. So if you get fungus in your penis and it's left untreated, the cause is not taken out, well, what will happen? Well, the body will be taken over by fungi. And your life will go down the drain. Pretty much. Oral thrush is treated with antifungal medication that come in the form of pill, liquid, or lozenge. I'm not sure what that is. Let's see. A small aromatic or medicated candy.
Lozenge.
A dose of medicine in the form of a small pellet.
Lozenge. Lozenge.
Lozenge or something like that. Examples of drugs that are used include nystatin. Yeah, nystatin. That's the one that I'm on at the moment. And yeah, and I have one pill more before. 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Just need to get some water out. So, back at it. So oral thrush is treated with an antifungal medication that come in the form of pill, liquid, lozenge. Example of drugs that are used include nystatin and clotrimazole. I'm not sure what clotrimazole is actually. It seems like it's one of these azoles that exist. Let's see. Azoles, clotrimazole uses side effects warnings, and that's the drugs.com portal and all that. Yeah, that's great and all that. But what is other name? Lotrimine. Not really. Haven't really gone deeper into that, you know. But any case, okay. Clotrimazole is an antifungal medication used to treat yeast infections of the vagina, skin, and mouth. It is commonly used for athlete foot, yuck itch, body ringworm, and oral thrush. Lotrimine is one of the brand names of clotrimazole or azole, clotrimazole. There are several other brand names, and this medicine is also used in combination products. I never heard about it. It comes as a cream, powder, and lotion to apply to the skin. It also comes as a lozenge to dissolve in the mouth, and a vaginal tablet and cream to be inserted in the vagina. And in your eyes. Clotrimazole cream, lotion, and solution should only be used externally. Do not swallow or let the medicine get in your eyes. Also, do not swallow the vagina tablets or cream. Okay, I guess it's more of a So it's not something you should take, but at least you could apparently use it in your mouth as a lozenge to dissolve in your mouth. So if that is true, it shouldn't be that dangerous, I would guess. But apparently you cannot swallow a pill of it, I guess. Anyway, let's see what it is. A lozenge. Let's see how it looks. It's an image of lozenge. Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's a lozenge. So it's like a tablet of, like a yeah, like you know, what is it called? These things. Can also get honey drops, I think it's called, or something. Oh, we have a zinc lozenge. Interesting. Let's just take a something in regards of zinc, also in regards of against Candida and all that. Oh, interesting. Never really. Oh, where did it go? Oh, there we go. The quality seems pretty good of these images. I wonder. Usually it's really bad when it's in regards of Google. So maybe they have fixed something. I don't know, but doesn't look so bad. No, it actually looks like it's it looks like it's actually updating to the good version of the image. Interesting. Because it's DuckDuckGo. Okay, it's not Google. Okay, then maybe that's right. You know, if I use Google, I might add images. Let's try and search on the same thing. Google have a way of and you think it's the program's fault and all that, and then you find out it's actually these big companies and you know that just do it on purpose. It's just totally criminal. What is it? Why is it not? Let's try and copy. And in regards to the web address that was seen, I don't use that web address anymore. I only use it because in regards of, Google, YouTube destroyed my main account on YouTube. It closed it down and, literally, closed it down. Because they thought I was speaking hate speech. That's funny. You see that the channel was becoming. It's very interesting that they would actually close it down. And again, they don't really give a big reason for it. Just hate speech, and that's pretty much it. And that is, of course, they don't like people like me. Having the opinions that I have, because it doesn't fit them. This is. Come on. Whoops, paste. There we go. So let's see the images here. So I thought Google had, but yeah, and it doesn't. Well, I can see what is on the pictures. It's not that bad, but I have a strepsis, chesty cough. Okay, so apparently it's just what is it called normally when people. I don't know what it's called. There we go with the pagan symbol again. There we go with the honey thing, we had a problem. Let's see. It does seem to. No, I'm not entirely sure if it's. Oh well, but I can at least see what is actually on there. It doesn't seem totally. I'm not. No, it doesn't actually. Oh, here we have thyme extract. That was antifungal. We have menthol. That is said to be antifungal as well. Vitamin C seems to be vitamin C you probably would get that from other, but this is a suckable tablet. Propolis, I'm not sure what propolis is. Interesting in regards of thyme. And no sugar added. Probably a good amount of, sucking. or fresh breath. Anyway, okay, so that's apparently a lozenge. Learn something new, I guess. But there must be another word for what do you call this in Danish? What do you call that? No. Why can't I remember? Oh yeah, I have it. Let's see what it translates to. Bolsje. Is there no bolsje in? Am I right? Am I writing this wrong? Probably. Huh. Slick. Bolsjeriet. Så hvad hedder en bolsje så? Bolsjer. Okay, maybe I'm needing a one or something like that. Let's try this. Oops. Yep. Nope. I don't know. Apparently I can't. I don't know. Why it's not coming up. Of course we could do like this. See here. Oh, there's bolsje there. That seems to be written in a little bolsej. Okay, so let's see. Bolsje. Okay. Bonbon, candy, I'm not sure. Maybe it's just better to keep, but it's like sweets, bonbon. Not sure what's bolsje, candy, but candy can be many things. We have a specific thing in regards of bolsje, so maybe it's just the other thing. Bonbon, let's see, images. Well, this would be the thing, but apparently there's more things it can be. Yeah. And kids are just getting all this crap, and it's just food for the fungi. You want to get your child sick, just feed it a lot of sugar, right? And that's exactly what the world is doing. So if you are a healthy child, well, you're not allowed to be healthy. You need to be sick. And the world have its ways of doing that. No, anyway, I should stop now because my nose is full of, it blocks up when I speak longer. So anyway, may Jehovah bless you, and may Yeshua be a most precious pearl, and don't let go of him when you find him. Read the book of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John in the New Testament to figure out who he really is. And may the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of truth, be in us all. Amen. Have a good one.